Your court television news starting now.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a very special edition / end of the month court news update. Reason I say special edition is because we are going to be covering a plethora of individuals tonight because, as you may know, I was out on an IRL road trip for about a week. And boy, oh boy, in just that 1 week's time, did some stuff come down or go down as far as related to the court updates I've already given you, related to some of the court hearings that came up while I was on the road trip. So this evening, I'm going to take the time to give you guys an update on every individual that you saw in that thumbnail from today's live stream, as well as I will be introducing, well, technically, we've already discussed them before, but we've never introduced them as an official individual that will be covering going forth now in this station. So I will be introducing you to that individual. They'll be the last person that will go ahead and leave our coverage for. And yeah, it should be a pretty informative and pretty exciting evening. So I want to give some time for the notifications to go out. And in the meantime, I want to say thank you to everybody that is joining me this Thursday evening, July the 27th of the year 2024. All right, excuse me. Let's see here. Let me just get chat opened up. For the most part, I'm pretty much ready to go. But let's get chat set up here. And I want to say hi to everybody because it's been a while since I've seen a lot of you in chat, especially if you didn't hang out during the IRL road trip. So welcome back. But for most of y'all, I did see you during the IRL road trip. So I want to say a big thank you to everybody that joined me on said IRL road trip. We had a blast touring the beautiful state of Arizona and ended the road trip with a really cool kind of final destination that we got to. So if you didn't have a chance to check that out, I have posted all the VODs, most of my little shorts and videos from that road trip. I'm still going to be posting a really cool video I'm working on from the actual Grand Canyon itself. And a lot of that video is from the camera, from the GoPro. So I'm really excited to put that together and share that with you guys. But you can follow the whole IRL road trip through probably about, 7 to 9 different IRL streams that we did throughout the road trip. So if you haven't checked it out, I encourage you to. A lot of fun, a lot of cool stuff. Check out. And again, thank you for everybody that, one, helped fundraise and support that road trip, and two, for everybody that joined me on said road trip in chat. All right, I had a blast with y'all. I hope you guys had fun with me. All right, so let's get chat pulled up. Let's start here from the top. See who is first in chat. BG with the I'm ready for the Blackout Andy update. It is coming. That's actually who we're going to be leaving for the last, okay? So hopefully you'll be staying for the end. But yes, we will have an update. As a matter of fact, that is going to be the individual I will be introducing tonight. Although we've already spoke of them. Maybe you've never heard of this individual, but we have mentioned them before on this channel. But tonight we will be officially introducing them as an individual that this channel will now start some coverage on. Assuming that the court case that I'm investigating will be proceeding. And we'll get to all that here when we get to that individual. But in the meantime, I want to say welcome, BG. Welcome, Madame Star. Good to see you, my friend. What up, Pamela Week? We got Mary in the house. What up, ICU? Let's see, going down the line. We got TM. Good evening. John Jacobs. Good evening. Let's see. I'm kind of getting better at not repeating people, if you've noticed. I think my memory, my brain cells are starting to come back and replenish from all the brain cells lost during the Skimask Andy clip days. What up, Sicilian Princess? Good to see you. All right, going down the line. And if I've skipped you, if I forgot to shout you, I apologize and shout out to you. And thank you for joining me this evening. Papa Dukes 22, what up? Hey, and absolutely, I appreciate it. If y'all are enjoying tonight's show, smash that button for me. It really helps with the algorithm, and it lets me know I'm doing an okay job. What up, the original pup? The debate is tonight. You know what? We did we have done kind of a somewhat of a watch party show once. which is fun. We did that, I think, during the presidential, some type of presidential speech. I don't know what it was. Oh, the State of the Union. That's right. But yes, you are correct. There is the debate going on. So let's see here. What up, Sunshinery? Good to see you. All right. I think I'm almost down to the bottom here. Let's see. What up, Carm? What up, Gold Girl? What up, Dots? All right. I think we got to the bottom. And again, if I missed anybody, again, welcome to the show. All right. So I think we've given enough time for those notifications to go out. So let's get tonight's update started. Oh, and shout out to the replay crew. In case you're part of that crew watching this later on, I appreciate you checking us out, no matter what time it is, all right? So again, shout out to the replay crew. All right, so we've got our hello and welcomes out. Check. Itinerary for the night. So really quick, just kind of go down the line. This will kind of be in the specific order that I am going to be covering every individual. So we're going to start off with a quick update on Skimask Andy. Get that shithead out of the way. Then we're going to move on to Jose Sanders, also known as their YouTube channel name as Making My Way in America. We're going to then move on to Trina Golden, Hampton Brandon. Let's not forget, Hampton Brandon had a court case or court hearing on Tuesday, this last Tuesday, June the 25th, a couple of days ago. So I've got an update for you on what happened. Then we're going to introduce and move on to the end of the show, which is going to feature Blackout Andy and an investigation that I began last week on that individual. And I'm going to share with you what results have came of that said investigation. All right, so let's get this show started, shall we? And again, I will do my best to try to answer questions in chat. Please remember, when I am kind of reviewing or going over these court updates, it's kind of just like a news anchor. I'm pretty much reading some of this stuff, as well as a lot of the stuff's up here. But for the most part, as I'm reading this stuff, it is kind of hard, at least for me. Okay, maybe not some of you all, but for me, to do that and then try to, look in the side with like one eye to the side and read chat and then, try to answer, you know what I mean? So I will do my best to try to take some breaks and look at chat. But again, if you ever have any questions, comments, or complaints, you can reach me through Instagram. You can email the channel. You can leave comments in the comment section once the stream is over with. So few different options or ways that you can reach out to the NJ Courts channel, just in case we may have missed your question, okay? What up, Riot Coke? And I'm sorry, I'm still kind of hydrating myself from this very hot trip, which I did my best to try to keep myself hydrated, but judging by the way I slept for the last couple of days and the fact that I just felt pretty weak. I mean, when I got back, I felt pretty energized the next day, but then the day after, I felt like kind of shit. And I think that's when I started kind of feeling the effects of not getting much sleep and being hydrated. But I have caught up on as much sleep as I can. I have been trying to stay hydrated the last few days. And we're going to do our best to put out our show today. I feel great. So again, thank you guys for your patience. I know a lot of people were asking me about updates starting when I got back, but I did need a couple of days to kind of rest, relax, and also take care of some stuff, being that I was gone for a week. So I appreciate y'all's patience, but we are here. So let's get going. So Skimask Andy, all right? I know a lot of clips have been out recently. He's been kind of the talk of the YouTube news / streets. Reason being, if you didn't know, just not too long ago, he was arrested, okay? He didn't bond it out the next day, but he was arrested, stemming from some charges having to do with a incident that involved a dog and his parents, okay? We're not going to get into all that because we already did an update and got into that. What I will give you an update on is the fact that he was bonded out, which most of you know because you've seen him already out. But something very important happened while he was incarcerated for about those 24 hours in jail, okay? He was served and he was served with some paperwork having to do with a hearing that's going to be coming up here very soon. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and reference you to the oscn.net website, which stands for the Oklahoma State Court Network's website. And I'm going to share exactly what that, some of the court, I'm going to share some of the court notes that have to do with that case. And I'm going to read to exactly what was served to him. Okay? So just give me a minute to just jump over to that website. And let's get this court case update going. All right. So I apologize. I got so many tabs open here. I think that's this one here. All right, cool. Found it. Let me just share it here with you guys. Share screen. There we go. Again, this is all public information, which is available to you. Okay, I'm nobody special. Anybody that can access the internet can access everything that we're reading together. All right, so let me just make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. Excellent. So what you're looking at is the court notes having to do with the 2 restraining orders that were filed and were given temporary approvals on, okay? They're pretty much temporary restraining orders at this current moment, all right? Those temporary restraining orders were, were filed and assigned to protect Skimask Andy's father and his mother, okay? So basically, Skimask Andy cannot be in the presence of those 2 individuals within 100 yards and has been ordered out of their house and has been ordered to turn in any weapons, if he has any, to the sheriff's department, okay? That was part of the temporary restraining order. Now, if you guys remember what happened last time, the issue that the family had was they ran into, and is why eventually why the restraining order was dropped, was because the restraining order, the paperwork to serve Skimask Andy, because he technically does have his chance to pretty much speak on his behalf as to why he shouldn't be served a restraining order. Okay. Those are his rights. Okay. So until he's been served that paperwork, okay, they cannot officially, okay, approve or finalize an official final restraining order. Now, he has been served. He was served when he was in jail, okay? And you can see, let's see here. Let's go to this note. I'm going to highlight the note for you so you can see exactly where it says that. But right down here, if you look at the last note was filed 6/24, emergency protective order served 6/21/2024 by Tulsa County Sheriff's Office. Okay, and I just highlighted that for you down at the bottom. Okay, so there it is, ladies and gentlemen. So he was served. Now, what does that mean? Basically, that means is if he doesn't show up to his court date on the 3rd, July 3rd, that means that the judge will go ahead and grant and finalize a permanent restraining order for the parents. Now, he can show up. Yes, he can show up. But even if he shows up, it still doesn't mean that they're going to just dismiss the restraining orders. Absolutely not. If he shows up, that just means he's got his opportunity to tell the judge as to why he thinks he shouldn't be given a restraining order, okay? And I'm pretty sure, based on the evidence that was given to the judge in the beginning, as in the first place, as to why the temporary restraining order was issued, I'm pretty sure even if he shows up, there's still not going to be any problem with that judge finalizing a restraining order. And based on Skimask Andy's previous attendance, having to do with all court hearings, and specifically for these restraining order ones, he's probably going to be a no-show. So it is most likely safe to assume that a final restraining order will be finalized on or approximately on the date of July 3rd. And that's it. Okay. Hopefully that's going to be the solution to his parents' problems that have been, Lord knows how long these have been going on. Probably at least, like I said, for a decade or more. When I say Lord knows, I mean Lord knows after the decade. Okay. How long this has been going on. But I hope that this can now bring some peace to that household. All right. And that's all I'm going to say. Now, in regards to what Skimask Andy's doing now, well, most of y'all have seen, okay? It's the same bullshit, all right, that we've seen before every time he gets out of jail or has got one of these temporary restraining orders. He's just bouncing around crack shacks, bouncing around some of these lady friends' houses he has. In this most recent episode of Skimask Andy's running and scamming, he's now at some Airbnb somewhere downtown. I'm not going to dox the information or address, but let me just tell you this. That man-child is not in some fucking shitty ass location with no AC, hurting for no food, no money. It's quite the opposite, okay? He's got a really nice Airbnb, okay, in downtown Tulsa, okay? It's got plenty of air conditioning pumping in that place. He's got all the amenities, including Wi-Fi and cable there, all right? And I'm pretty sure whomever it is that's the one that got him set up in that Airbnb has probably set him up with a daily commissary fee or some type of thing where he's got plenty of food, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Believe me or not, he is in no desperate need for money because he's going to be out in the streets by tonight. All bullshit, okay? Whether you want to believe me or not, that's up to you, but I'm just clearly stating the facts is all. All right. And I must say, Skimask, bro, it didn't take too many people to figure out where you were because you're just walking around like a dumb nut. You know, you should know better. You've been in the game long enough, but whatever. What up, Go Girl? Hey, I appreciate that. Go Girl with a $5 super chat that reads, love you all, but I will have to recap a little can't do press debate at NJC. Oh, that's messed up, Go Girl. So you mean you're going to leave here to go watch old Trumpy and Biden talk? All right. Just kidding. Have fun. And I appreciate that $5 super chat. This gavel slam goes out to you. Oh, yes. We've got the wooden gavel now, baby. Oh, shit. I forgot to move my drink. Hold on. We got a technical difficulty. Can I get I need an assistant to go ahead and pick up this drink mess? Thank you. Hold on. That's me. All right. I'm just going to have to use the old shirt method here because we got news to go. All right. We're good. But Go Girl, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You guys know what to do in chat. Spam them gals if you got them, ladies and gentlemen. All right. NJ 2024. Well, I appreciate that, Candy Cane. All right. So let's move on to our next individual. So again, pretty much with that individual. Oh, one last thing. In regards to the two charges that he was slapped with, okay? So a case number has not what's been populated yet. Once a case number has been populated, then I can give you more information as to when his court date is going to be in regards to those two new charges that he's now facing, having to do with the incident when the police were called because of, the incident with him and his parents and the dog, okay? Once I get more information having to do with when that court hearing is going to be, I will go ahead and give you an update with that. As of right now, his next court date is coming up on July 3rd, having to do with the restraining order. And most likely, we know he's not going to show up. And if he doesn't, then not most likely, then what will happen is that judge will then go ahead and grant his parents a finalized and permanent restraining order. Now, it may not be like permanent as in lifetime, but permanent as in maybe a year or two, and then they got to come back and refile for it. Or maybe they might grant a lifetime, but at least it'll give them some peace and quiet for at least a couple of years minimum. All right, so let's move on to Jose. Just going to kind of knock out some of these individuals that we don't got too much of an update on. So you all remember Jose, right? AKA Making My Way in America. Gave you an update not too long ago. He was, let's see, let me jump over to my notes. He was arrested on, remember? Oh, here we go. Sorry. Yeah. Flip back over. What was it? On June 7th. Okay. And if you don't remember, he was arrested for he was charged. He was arrested and charged with two charges. Okay. Again, currently he is, remember, until he's found, you're pretty much not guilty until, wait, how the heck does it go again? Defendant is to proven guilty in the court of law. So pretty much, oh yeah, the defendant is technically innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. All right, so just keep that in mind. All right, so he does have his time into he does have his right, okay, to court. So again, till we have a final outcome, we're just making assumptions. But what we do know is not an assumption. What he has been charged with, allegedly, has been for two different charges. One is for indecent exposure, affront or alarm to abuse, humiliate, harass, or degrade another. It's a misdemeanor. And the other one is for disorderly conduct, another misdemeanor. His next hearing is going to be August 6th at 1 p.m. Now, what's the update? Well, the update is last time we talked about him, he was in jail. Your update for you is he's been bonded out. As a matter of fact, he was bonded out approximately on or about the date of June, not July, June 23rd. Okay, just a couple of days ago, as a matter of fact. Or not a couple, but that was around Sunday. Okay. Now, he's got his next hearing, so obviously he's out of jail. So hopefully he's going to show up to his next hearing. But again, his next hearing is going to be set for August 6th. He's then got a pretrial hearing set for September 3rd, and then a jury trial set for September 26th. He did already have an initial hearing, which he did plead not guilty to both those charges. So that's why I said, technically he is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Okay, so he is given his right to prove his innocence. But as of right now, he is facing those two current charges, and he is currently out on bond. Okay, that pretty much covers the update on Jose. Let's see here. Moving on to Trina Golden. Yes, had a lot of people wondering what was going on with Trina. So, Trina Golden. She pretty much the big news on her is she was bonded out. Remember the last update I gave you was she had been arrested for a probation violation. Okay. And then in her last hearing, her attorney was trying to, I guess, put a motion or submit a motion for a bond reduction, which was denied. But she was bonded out. Believe it or not, she was bonded out on a $150,000 surety bond, which means somebody had to fork over about $15,000 that they're not going to get back. That's what the bond company makes to get her out. Now, don't forget, she was also bonded out. So she was bonded out on June the 24th, this last Monday, okay? Don't forget, she was bonded out on December, okay, right before Christmas time. And remember, that was from her. She had been in jail for quite a bit, some time, and then was bonded out about Christmas time. That surety bond was for $100,000. So at that time, somebody had to spend $10,000 to get out of jail, and now they've spent another $15,000 to get out of jail. So somebody's taking care of old Trina, that's for sure, because whomever it is has spent already $25K just to keep her out of jail. Okay. And in addition, now she's got a private attorney, which means somebody's forking over the money to pay for the attorney as well, which again, it's none of my business, nor do I care, but just to give you guys some updates. Now, one of her bond conditions is she is still to remain with the GPS monitor. She is still going to have her July 10th hearing at 3 p.m., which is set for a pretrial conference. So nothing has changed as far as her court dates that were already listed or posted on our calendar. And in case you forgot, let's see here. Actually, no, that was having to do with Hampton. Sorry. I'm just trying to think if I have anything else regarding Trina. No, that was it. So we had a few people bond out. Well, actually 3 people bond out this month that were put in jail. Skimask spent a day in jail, got bonded out. Jose got bonded out. And then we've got Trina Golden that got bonded out. Okay, all 3 facing court charges eventually. 2 of them already got their court dates. Skimask still waiting on a court date for his latest 2 charges he's been charged with. All right. John Jacob says, and she needs $10K for a food truck as well. Well, it's like I said, I'm not going to sit here and make any any guesses or anything, but that's a lot of money these days. I'll just put it that way, okay? Especially for somebody to fork over to get you out of jail. Especially think about this: you already went to jail, right? Got you out, and then you did something to get you back in jail, and then they got you back out again. So that's like I said, must be somebody that loves her a lot, because it's costing them a lot of money to keep her out. That's for sure. Excuse me. All right. So let's move on to our next update. As I said, just kind of knocking them out here. This one's a court case update. So we're going to move on to Hampton Brandon. All right. So Hampton Brandon had court on Tuesday, July the 25th. All right. Now, of course, I was on the IRL road trip, so I didn't have a chance to give you an update that day. But I can tell you nothing too much as far as I would consider important happened anyways. Pretty much that court date was just continued. And if you guys remember, Hampton was facing 2 charges currently, okay? One of them's a misdemeanor, one's a felony. The misdemeanor is for carrying a loaded firearm in a public place, and the felony is for an assault on a person with a semi-auto firearm, okay? This all stemmed again from that whole incident we talked about. And again, you can find the updates from the actual first update I did on this. And then we've done a few since then on this whole incident. But that stemmed from pretty much a call to service. It was actually a text message that went out from the victim to the San Diego Police Department. And then ensued a whole scenario that even involved a local news media station that was out there and filmed the whole incident, which even included a SWAT team at one point having to come and I think was responsible for eventually getting him out of the wherever he was barricaded at and then arresting him, okay? And again, we went over a lot of those details. I actually I did a FOIA request for the police report, the incident report, and actually went over all that. So you can catch a lot of that information on on one of the previous updates. Easiest way to find that is if you go to the main channel page. And I know you can do this for sure on your desktop, but there's a search bar now. Just type in Hampton Brandon and it'll show you every single update I've done on that individual. And it does it by date. So just go to like the first one. I think that's actually listed, Hampton Brandon Incident Report. So if you want to get more details on him, what exactly he did, refer to that live stream. But anyways, back to our court case update. He did have court in just a few days ago on the 25th. And let's see, where's my update? I actually had a call this morning to get that update. So give me a second because I wrote that on a separate piece of paper. I apologize. I should have had that ready. Can I write it on the back of this? Well, pretty much. Let's see if I know I wrote it down here. Yeah, here it is. Okay. All they did was continue his readiness hearing, okay? So I'm sorry about that. So this hearing or this court hearing that he had set for June the 25th was just a readiness hearing for a jury trial, okay? They pretty much continued that readiness hearing, and that has been continued for July 3rd at 8:15 a.m., okay? So there really isn't much of an update other than they've just continued the negotiations or the talks, which basically means, if he's going to be able to plea out or if this is going to go to a jury trial, basically is what happens at these readiness hearings, okay? Assuming July 3rd, he doesn't take a plea deal, then it's going to be set for a jury trial. We'll find out more on July 3rd, and I will give you that update when that day comes. But I did have a lot of people asking, hey, Hampton Brandon's case was a few days ago. What happened? There's your update. Not much, but there's an update for you. All right. Can we cannot check in on the debate for like 10 minutes? Sure we can. Why not? Let's see what's going on. Hold on. Let me pull it up on another channel here. You guys want to see if there's anything hot going on? Let's see. Presidential debate. All right, let's go to CBS since it popped up first. Here you go. Here's your Here's your debate update. Okay.
Maybe ever. They're saying ever. I read this morning where ever, the best numbers. He's lost much of the black population because he's done a horrible job for black people. He's also done a horrible job for Hispanics. But wait till you see these millions of people pouring into our country, and they're going to take the jobs. And it's already started, and you haven't seen anything yet. It's a disaster.
You've 38 seconds left. President Trump, will you take any action as president to slow the climate crisis?
So I want absolutely immaculate clean water, and I want absolutely clean air. And we had it. We had H2O. We had the best numbers ever. And we were using.
All right, there's your
forms of
update,
energy.
ladies and gentlemen. Also, I don't want to get the copyrighted. So sounds like we've got the same old this and then Biden doing this. See, nothing exciting, okay? One guy talking, one guy sleeping. There's your presidential debate. All right, so let's move on to the final chat. Well, we won't say chapter because it's kind of the final beginning of a chapter. Man, I don't even know where to start with this. To be honest with you, I'm just going to do an introduction tonight because this individual almost at this point now, based on a lot of the investigation I've done, almost is going to deserve its own show at this point. So what I'm going to do is just kind of start with an introduction of the individual and kind of why and where and the reason why I started the investigation and where I'm at on this investigation, I think is the best way to do it. So the individual that we're going to be discussing lastly and who I'm introducing to you is Blackout Andy, okay? Many of you know who this individual is. When it comes to the streaming world, they're not much of anybody. They're just somebody that always ends up just blabbing a lot, does a lot of stupid stuff, and gets themselves in trouble, and has mainly been clipped, and is why they've kind of arisen as far as being of some type of importance when it comes to, being covered, okay? Realistically, they're pretty much in a lot of people's chats. A lot of people know who this individual is, and they may have gotten in some trouble. So we're going to cover them. Okay. Simple as that. Now, we have discussed this individual before. You might remember the reason we discussed this individual is they were part or allegedly took place in an accident that involved hitting a pedestrian on a freeway. Many of you may remember this. Ended up breaking or smashing the whole front end window of that person, Blackout's car. Now, there was a lot of allegations that went on that night, assuming that he may have been under the influence of intoxication, of alcohol or drugs. No charges were brought on that evening. I can tell you that. But sadly, he did go on live stream, and we did share that with you, and kind of made a mockery of everything. And realistically, I think that was really sick, especially with the fact that an individual lost their life that night, okay? Whether or not that individual was charged for it, somebody still lost their life, and you were responsible for it. Simple as that. That was just my opinion as far as, me thinking it was, handled, not the way I would. But I think many of you, if you watched it, could agree that it was pretty disgusting to watch an individual, just take the life of another individual, even if it was just by accident, and then go straight to streaming themselves drinking and making jokes about that incident. Pretty fucking sick. I'm going to tell you, based on a lot of my investigation, this person, in my opinion, is very sick, okay? Yeah, I think you're going to see them in the same likes as Skimask Andy, okay? And the same likes of a lot of these other sociopathic narcissists that we've covered, okay? Again, just my opinion. But the reason that this individual was brought again to the light of this channel's attention was because there was an allegation made a while back that this individual may have been involved in a DUI, okay? Now, I originally started this investigation a few weeks ago, and I started by doing a case search in Riverside County, where this individual resides in and generally does most of their streaming from, okay, when they do go out and do their streaming. Now, when I did do a case search in the Riverside County at that time, I had found nothing related to a DUI charge, okay? I did find a couple of traffic infractions that had to do with window tint and speeding, and those were dismissed. And again, just some traffic infractions, and that was in Riverside County. But at the time, nothing having to do with the case, an active case for DUI. So I had kind of just stopped my investigation and just continued with everything else going on. Well, then it was brought up to my attention again, but this time a website, a link to a website was attached, okay, to an email sent to me. I went to this website, and I'm going to share you exactly what I saw. This is what started my second investigation. Once I share with you what I saw off the website, then I'm going to continue on and to share with you a little bit of what I found out more. Again, I'm not going to share everything tonight. My original intentions were, but I know we've got the debate going on, and I know a lot of you want to check it out. So I kind of we'll do a quick introduction, and then we'll call it a night, okay? Because I did want to just give you some updates. But again, nothing too extensive tonight, okay? So let me share with you the website that was shared with me. Because again, I had pretty much started and then concluded that, there was just an allegation, but it just never happened, okay? Well, then this happened. Here you go. Here it is. All right, so let me share this with you. All right, so this is a link that all you got to do is just type in this individual, Blackout Andy's first, middle, and last name in a Google search, and this website will pop up, okay? It'll be one of the first websites that pop up, okay? Now, if you notice, again, this looks like a website called Local Crime News, okay? Nothing official from a government agency or a county website, okay? But this is what brought my attention or focus back onto this supposedly allegation that he may have been part of or been charged with a DUI, okay? Now, if you notice towards the bottom here, you'll see arrested for DUI, alcohol, and drugs. Arrest date March 30th, 2024. Source or the county arrest is Orange County. So I said to myself, oh, I was looking in the wrong county. I was looking in Riverside County, not in Orange County. Okay? So I went ahead and did an Orange County search. Now, here's another thing for the people that'll start saying, well, that's just a regular website. How do you know it's him? Well, he's got a very specific name. I'll tell you that, one. Two, let me share something else with you, okay? When you go to the same website, when you go to the bottom, it shares previous arrests. And again, this is all public information. This is off of localcrimenews.com, okay? All I did was just type in his first and last name as a Google search, and this is what came up. But if you noticed here, it's showing another previous charge that's saying it was out of San Diego County, stemming from January 7th, 2017, and it's arrested for exhibiting firearm, manufacture, import, sell, billy, blackjack, sandbag, etc. Okay? So I said, well, shit. Let me check that because I know you can do a case search for San Diego County, and that's what I did. So let me share that with you, okay? So let's jump over to San Diego County's website. There it is. That is the charge and case number for that specific charge. So that pretty much tells me what I'm reading on that website should be true, okay? Now, let me tell you what happened when I did a search in Orange County, okay? When I went to Orange County and I did a name search, I didn't see anything come up recently having to do with this alleged DUI charge. What did come up was this, and let me share it with you. All right. So this again is when you do a case search from Orange County, and this is the case summary. Now you notice it gives you a case category. So this was a criminal/traffic charge. There are Blackout's legal name. There's the filing date, 11/22 of 2019. But if you notice at the top, and the reason I can't give you any information on this case is it says it's been purged. And you can see a destruction date or purge date of September 14th of 2023. So what happened? What he was charged for? I don't know. Pretty interesting, though, that somebody had it purged, and for what reason, I can't tell you. Okay, not going to make any allegations. But that is what happened when I did a name search for this individual in Orange County. So you may be wondering, well, does he have a DUI or does he not? Well, that's the introduction tonight. I'm still doing an investigation into this. What I have a feeling is this, kind of if you've been following the MGL or Michelle Sabate DUI case, you're very well aware that she's been arrested for it. She's been bonded out, but the district attorney has yet to file a case against her. Hence why there's no case number and why there's no case date yet, right? We just recently shared information that they just recently charged her from a case that happened last year having to do with the 911 call, okay? So why I'm using that as an example is I have a feeling, and again, this is just all just, I'm just making a thought, okay? I have a feeling that they haven't brought, being that this happened in March, okay? April, May, June, which, is still already about 3 months ago. But I have a feeling that they may have not brought this case on yet, and why we don't see a case number populate when we do a name search under Orange County, okay? So here's what I'm going to do next. What I'm going to do next is, well, not what I'm going to do, what I already have, what I'm waiting on next is I've already requested through a FOIA request for any case information having to do with this individual, Blackout Andy, with the Orange County District Attorney, okay? So I'm hoping if there is anything that's being processed, or maybe just it didn't come up when I did my search, that if there is a charge being brought on this individual, we will know hopefully through that FOIA request. As of right now, all I can confirm is just what we saw through that website, which, being that we did confirm the charge that came from San Diego, the firearm charge, the exhibit firearm. I want to say that website probably is confirming, viable information. Okay. We just need to confirm it with the county of Orange County. I want to confirm it with something coming out of either an incident report or a case report, because that's what we do on this channel, okay? So, just an introduction tonight. They've got other things that I will be sharing with you. They've got a restraining order against him. That involves a whole other bunch of shit. This person's got a history of, traffic infractions in California. They've got this mystery case out of Riverside County. And not to mention something else I want to share. Okay, so when this person comes on and starts to say, oh, that's all, watch this. Watch this. What up, roofer? Watch this. I want to share a clip with you. Let me just get it pulled up here really quick. And I'm not going to play the whole clip. I'm just going to kind of fast forward to the part that I want to share with you. But I will share the clip. That way, if you guys want to watch it, you can. This is coming from Imagine Being a Janny's clip channel. Let me share the link with you. Again, I'm not going to play the whole clip. I just want to share with you a little snippet of that clip. But let me post the link here for you guys. But check this out. All right, I got it. So this is just a clip between, I guess, supposedly Vegan Patriot was getting in an argument with Blackout Andy. The clip, in one part of the clip, it goes to Blackout Andy on his live stream, okay? Watch what this guy's doing on his live stream. On live stream, mind you, okay? Watch. Here it goes. Again, this is from the Imagine Being a Janny clip channel. I'm not going to play the whole clip. I just want to play the part that I want to share with you guys in reference to what I'm saying about Blackout here. Here we go.
Like, I'm not in the mood. Not in the mood.
TBH, if you don't donate, I hate you, TBH. You guys are pieces of shit. I work so hard, 100-degree heat.
TBH, I thought they
you guys
were
gonna
cool.
donate? I'm gonna be homeless in my car like I have been for 6 months. Man, Abby has some water. Guys, look, Abby has some water, guys.
Pause. You see what that is in his hand? That's not an energy drink. That's a Bud Light Lime can. So you mean to tell me this guy just rolls around, driving around with a Bud Light can in his cup holder? Again, he was never charged with that incident hitting the pedestrian. But you always got to wonder to yourself, man. Yeah, and of all beers, Bud Light, which is not important in this case. Sad thing is this guy's going to hurt somebody. You know what I mean? And he's got a record. I mean, this is not somebody that's not, I mean, this guy's got a record, okay? This is another one of your typical, people that we cover here, not an angel. I could say a lot of other things, but I'm not. But like I said, I'm going to continue the investigation. But based on what I've read, it may appear that this individual was allegedly given a DUI for either drugs or alcohol on or around the date of March 30th of this year in the county of Orange or Orange County. And through some FOIA requests, I'm going to hope to do my best to see whether to verify if that's true or not. Well, like I said, I could sit here for another 30 minutes to an hour and share some more of his case information, like about the restraining order and all that bullshit. But realistically, that just is just showing some, pretty much just showing his previous, case history and giving you an idea of the character of this individual, which I think most of you can already tell for yourself who he is. What we're going to be focusing on moving forward is going to be on this alleged charge that may have stemmed from a DUI on March 30th. And that's what I will be providing you an update on here hopefully soon. But again, if you have any information you'd like to share in regards to this individual, please reach me out through Instagram or through the channel's email, okay? Now, where do we go from here? Roofer! What up, Roofer? Oh, shit, son. We've been up that... Damn! Roofer with a 14-month anniversary today. Well, I've been in for 14 months now. Yeah, well, you're in for the long haul now, Roofer, and I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you for all your support for those 14 months. Roofer, this gavel slam goes out to you. You guys know what to do in chat. As a matter of fact, you know what? We're going to use this opportunity to smash this can and help recycle. Yeah, or Roofer, this gavel slam goes out to you. You guys know what to do in chat. Spam them gavels if you got them. And we've got a smash can we can now recycle. So, where do we go from here? Well, where we go is we've got a lot of court updates in July. As a matter of fact, July is going to be coming up here in a few days. As a matter of fact, I think, let's go to the calendar. We got 30 days in June, so this Sunday will be the last day of June. So once we get close to July, this weekend, I will be posting July's e-calendar. So again, thank you, Sunshinery, for having that calendar ready to go. And we've got some dates that we're going to be updating here soon on that because we may be adding some, okay? I don't know if we've added the hearing for Skimask. I think we did add the Skimask Andy hearing. Yes, we did. But we've got some dates that we already knew about coming up in July, and we've got some just newly added dates that we got some updates that'll be coming up. But it's going to be a very busy month. I can tell you that as far as court case updates. And you know how it goes. Unfortunately, we've kind of had a streak of adding people almost every month to this calendar, which I hate to do. But if they're out there getting in trouble and it's newsworthy, we're going to report on it. So, Mary T, thank you so much. Mary T with the $4.99 super chat that reads, for all you do. Mary T, this gavel slam goes out to you. You guys know what to do in chat. Spam them gavels if you got them, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Gavel slams. I love the new gavel. Thank you. Yes, we've got Hampton's new date to add from today's update. And then let's see. We didn't have any new dates, I think, except for Hampton. And then we may have one for Blackout. Okay, that's still pending. All right. So I will continue the investigation. I just wanted to share where I was at the moment because I had a lot of people reaching out to me about that individual. And like I said, I had started a while back. But when I had looked up in Riverside, I'd seen nothing, just assuming that that was the county he had gotten in trouble. But thank you to that individual, you know who you are, that alerted me to that website. And there I found out, oh, wrong county, possibly happened in Orange County. So just waiting on some paperwork to come back, and we'll get an update for you here very soon. Patricia, you just came in at the wrong time. We already did the Trina update, but you're more than welcome to rewind. But I'll just be quick. I'll give you a quick one. She bonded out, which I think you already knew. But it was about a $15,000 bond. So she's had about $25K of bonds paid for her that whoever it is behind the money will never get back. So I hope it was worth it. But she is still scheduled for her hearing. Nothing's changed. I think we said next hearing on Trina is going to be coming up. There it is. Sorry. I was looking at my wrong paperwork. July 10th at 3 p.m. Pre-trial conference. Thank you, Sunshinery. And then we got the July 3rd restraining order hearing, which I'm going to just safely assume Skimask won't be in attendance. So I think we can safely assume that the permanent restraining order will be finalized that day. Looks like Jose, aka Sunday Driver, is in chat. What do you think of the efforts of a few people to steal Jose's dog while he's wrongfully incarcerated? Well, that is the opinion of one person. I guess we'll find out very soon what exactly happened. So I have invited Jose, since he's been out, to come up and discuss his court case on panel. But he has said that he is not going to because of other things going on in relation to that, whatever that means. But I think that's probably either Jose or somebody in relation to Jose. I'm just guessing. I will say this. If that is you, Jose, or you're watching, you should be thankful that somebody was willing to take care of your dog while you were in jail, regardless if you were wrongfully incarcerated or not. All right. Anyways, again, if you have any questions, comments, or complaints, you can reach out to me via Instagram, via the channel's email, or leave a comment after the show's over. Not Jose. Okay, well, I was just gonna guess, since Jose technically can't be Jose and talk about his court matter, so I figured maybe he'd come on as a alt. But anyways, next time I see you, let's see. Today is Thursday. Maybe we'll do something fun over the weekend. Pretty much, I want to, I've got a lot of paperwork I got to start sorting, and a lot of requests that got to go out. So I'm going to be busy for the rest of the week doing that. But we may have something fun. I am still kind of, resting a little bit from the IRL road trip. So again, if you, looking for some content to watch, you didn't have a chance to, check any of that out. Plenty of that on the NJ Courts main channel. Again, thank you everybody that helped supported that road trip. I had a great time. I hope you guys did. And I really, really appreciate everybody's support. Truly do. Let's see. What else? Oh, I posted some updates on the garden today. I know a lot of people wondering about garden updates. They are posted as shorts. They're age restricted because of the garden, whatever. But you can check them out. They're available to watch. But yeah, there's your garden updates in case you're wondering. Check it out. Yes, walk with pups. We haven't done a walk and talk in a while. I think we should have a walk and talk this weekend. Great idea, Mary. John Jacobs. All right. Well, you know what? I used to dress fancy, except it gets hot in the summer, man. I usually have my my jacket on, but man, I'll tell you what, when it gets summertime here in southern New Mexico, that jacket starts making you sweat. Then I start sweating, and then all the haters say that I'm on meth and I'm on Adderall and I'm sweating because of drugs and scratching, the whole story. But I'll look into it. Maybe they have like a suit like for anchors that's made for like that looks like it's just a suit in the front and there's nothing in the back, So it's just like my back will just be bare in the back, so that way I got a little good airflow to keep me cool. They might have something like that, just suit and tie in the front, nothing in the back. That might be an idea. Sunday, that is what we said earlier. I don't know if you're just hopping in now, Sunday Driver. You're not. You're preaching to the choir here. I've probably repeated that 4 times already this evening. All right, you guys. I'm going to call it an evening. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. I know the debate is probably still going on, so enjoy the rest of your night if you're going to be watching that. You're just going to be chilling out, enjoying your Friday, cruising the YouTube streets. Have fun. You can already call it a night. Hey, good night. We'll see you on the next one. Remember, keep your head on a swivel. Check that 6. Make sure to take some time to love somebody. Please. I love you guys. And we'll see you on the next one, all right? NJ Courts is officially... Hold on, actually, because I just want to make sure I shouted everybody out. Okay, I did. Let me just check my phone. I'm always bad about doing that. Okay. We're good. NJ Courts is officially out. Wow, that had a lot of different little changes in the... Anyways, of here. Peace, everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you on the next one. Enjoy your weekend if I don't talk to you, okay? Adios, mis amigos.